Hello, League. It is Kamish coming in for round 2 of the playoffs. And now I can already hear the questions. Oh, Ford, why are you so dressed up? Why do you look so great right now? Man, Kamish, you sure are looking sexy in that suit. Man, that tie absolutely is not made for a toddler and fits you great, and you tied it great. These are all very valid questions. And all I can say is, I'm going to a fucking funeral, bitch! Round 2, fuck you, Ishan. Let's go. No, these are not the same sunglasses that I'm wearing in that sticker. Oh my goodness, Ishan Hate Week, Thursday Night Football. It starts tonight. It starts right now. Let's fucking go. So yes, of course, Thursday Night Football round 2, me and Ish have been very productive today at work. I definitely didn't spend multiple hours making Snapchat propaganda things, so you definitely won't see any more of those throughout this episode. But yeah, as you can see, it's Scott, the 1 seed, versus Pushan, and then me versus Ish. The top 4 seeds have stayed alive, and we are in for a historical matchup between me and Ish. Honestly, Pushan and Scott are kind of losing me. They haven't said shit, haven't called each other a bitch once or anything like that. Scott didn't set his lineup until like today. Lame. But yeah, I'll get their matchup out of the way real quick, and then we'll get into the real shit. So yeah, Scott versus Pushan. Haven't put much thought into this matchup because, like I said, these two idiots haven't said much about this matchup. But on Scott's side, he's got Herbert going up against Dallas, Achane against Cincy. His projection's actually fallen quite a bit. Not sure what that's about. Oh shit, that's because Tua. Yeah, Tua getting benched might hurt him. Quinn Ewers dumped down, handoff. Gotta assume that's what he's gonna do. Woody Marks is concerning. I don't think he practiced today, but if he does play against Vegas, that'll be big. London is trending towards being back. Let me actually go check his status real quick. I think the ladies that work in the store across the hall heard me yelling that I'm going to a funeral. So that's awkward. But I checked the reports. Woody Marks was not seen at practice today. And Drake London, I haven't seen an update. So no Woody Marks here becomes a big problem for Scott because he's already down Devontae Adams. And if he doesn't have Woody Marks, he's got to plug in Kareem Hunt and then probably plug back in Hawkinson. And maybe Drake London doesn't play. This team has the potential to be a real stinker here. If Marks and London both play, I think they both have good matchups. Achane has a good matchup. Herbert has a good matchup. I just am nervous about Scott's team. I think the Chiefs' defense could be a good play against Tennessee. But then you just look over at Pushan's squad, and it's like, there's no weaknesses here. He's got Olave back in at the flex. I think that's a great play. I think Tyler Warren is probably not as valuable as he was earlier in the season. No offense to Uncle Phil. He just doesn't really have a cannon like that. But maybe Tyler Warren will get like a tush-push touchdown or some bullshit. One of those little scoop passes that the Eagles love to run to Goddard. I don't know. They got to get him involved because he's sick. But he's got A.J. Brown against the Commies. That is going to probably be bad. And then Amon-Ra against Pittsburgh is also probably going to be bad. I think Pittsburgh has the 27th worst passing defense. Christ, man. And then Derrick Henry against New England's actually a bad matchup. New England's been fantastic at stopping the run this year. I think Drake May's getting all the hype, but that New England defense has been pretty damn stellar, if you ask me. And then Bucky Irving against Carolina could be anything. I think he's still kind of working his way back in, getting touches. If he finds the end zone, then he'll beat that projection, I would assume. And then Pushan is starting 9. Why is 9 getting the start this week, with all due respect? Put Dakota Prescott back in your lineup, Push. Starting 9 feels insane, especially since he's coming off 2 good games. I feel like this is the perfect time for him to fall back into for 9 to become JJ again, for the clock to strike midnight on 9. For fuck's sake, though, I have to pick Pushan. I know it's dumb to pick against Scott. He has an amazing team. He's 11-3 for a reason. He had a good showing last week, but no Devontae Adams, maybe no Woody Marks, maybe no Drake London. Without those three, it's just Achane. And because Ferguson's fallen off a cliff second half of the season. Myers has been fine, but he's not going to get you 40. And Kareem Hunt's been fine, but he's not going to get you more than like 12. So yeah, I have to go Pushan here. I think whoever wins the me and Ish matchup would much rather play Scott in the next round, especially considering how banged up he is. So I think we'll both be rooting for Scott here. I think pretty much the entire league should be rooting for Scott here, because I think he'd be a much less unbearable winner than Pushan. Plus my status as commissioner because it becomes much weaker if Pushan has a ring and I don't. So go Scott, but I'm officially picking Pushan for my pick here. So yeah, boring matchup out of the way. I'll see you. Should I just do a part 2? Yeah, this can be part 1. I'll see you in part 2 for the fun shit. Yeah. Welcome back to part 2 and the fun matchup this week. Ford versus Ishan in what they're calling the revenge of the commish. I don't know what I'm getting revenge for, but I fucking want revenge. I need to win. I need a championship under my belt. It is the battle of 14-14, and it's going to be electric. We've been making tons of propaganda. Not all of it is appropriate for TikTok, I would say, but those that are, I will be showing in this video. And then I'll be giving my official prediction. Last game I bet on Pushan, so I bet against my heart. This one, will I do the same? I don't know. Nobody knows. And yes, we are heading to the chip. I've got my squad. Haley Seinfeld, obviously, on my team because I have Josh Allen. And then I also have Jaden, Jamar, James Cook. We're cooking. I'm ready to fucking beat Ish. Down with Ishan in his orange fucking jumpsuit. Let's go. And so, yeah, actually getting into a little prediction talk. We did at one point have me starting Shedeur and Ish starting Quinn Ewers, but he pussied out and tossed Quinn Ewers back on his bench. I might still start Shedeur. Who knows? I got an elite QB room right now. Josh Allen, obviously Jaden at the helm. He's officially, and very humbly, decided to take a back seat and let these other two guys get some minutes. Very humble of him, especially on his birthday. It's just very big of him to do, and I really appreciate it. Next player spotlight, obviously George Kittle. And yes, I know, he doesn't have a championship. Neither do I. This is a picture of all the rings we're going to win together. This glorious new tight end that I have. Eventually, I will show you some of Ishan's propaganda against me, but not at the moment. Now we get into the matchup. As you can see, we both actually have our quarterbacks in. Lame, boring, but had to be done. Ish is a .08. Oh, no, he's up a whole point. 1.08 point favorite here. We are both projected in the mid 130s, mid to low 130s. That's absurd. We'd both be huge favorites over the other side of the bracket, but this is going to be a hell of a matchup. Actually, please hold while I see CeeDee Lamb in his injury report. Oh boy, that is unfortunate. CeeDee Lamb did not practice again this day. This day? Yeah, CeeDee Lamb didn't practice today. I don't know why I was fucking... I'm tired today. Obviously, tough work from home day making propaganda. CeeDee Lamb didn't practice today, but I think he's just sick. So take another day, King. Take tomorrow too. Get some electrolytes in you. Don't be an Ishan. Don't let it come to the weekend and you go home sick. No, rest up during the week. Eat healthy. Get some electrolytes. Take a bunch of NyQuil and sleep for 18 hours. That's fine. Just, you got to show up to the function. And by show up to the function, I mean I need 25 points out of you Sunday circa 1 p.m. Come on, CD. But yeah, so for Isha's team, he's obviously starting Brissett over Dart and Ewers. I don't remember off the top of my head who Dart. Oh, Dart's playing Minnesota. Brissett's playing Atlanta. I think it's right. I think you got to ride with Brissett. He's been doing good work for Isha's team. And Atlanta started the season really good at pass defense. I'm sure they still are ranked pretty high, but I think he's got enough to kind of toast them up. And then we get into the big hitters. I mean, he's got Gibbs. He's got JSN. He's got JMO. Those are his big fellas. Tonight is a pretty important matchup because we do have JSN and Parkinson, and I'm a little concerned about Parkinson because Devontae Adams not playing. Puka was being weirdly racist towards the Jews on like a live stream or something. You can't do that, Puka. I mean, maybe you didn't know what the little hand rubbing. I'm not gonna do it. They tried to get me. Even if you didn't know what that meant, like you're getting convinced by like 3 weird looking white dudes to do something and they're giggling. Like it's probably problematic, Puka. You can't be doing that shit. But anyway. Parkinson, I think, is in for a big night. Obviously, I think JSN's in for a big night. I didn't check how JSN did last time these two teams played. Have they played? Please hold. Shit. They have played before, and that was JSN got his projection. He got to 20. Honestly, if he only scores 20, I'm fine with that. I'm really nervous about I'm not really nervous about Kenny Gainwell. He's kind of a PPR merchant, so I'm sure he'll do well, but he's not going to do anything crazy. And I don't know about Courtland Sutton. That Jags defense flies around, man. I'm not sure. My main concern is Jahmyr Gibbs. If you want to go back and look at his fantasy scoring history over the past like 6 to 8 weeks, he basically goes like a 7-point game where he has 0 touchdowns, and the next week he has 45 and 3 touchdowns. And then the next week he sucks, and the next week he scores 3 touchdowns and has 50 points. And then the next week he sucks, and the next week he has 3 touchdowns and has 37 points. So guess what he did last week in the first round of the playoffs? Yeah, he had 8 points. So I am just assuming that Jahmyr Gibbs is going to score 3 touchdowns, have 200 all-purpose yards, and just put me in the ground. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm assuming is going to happen. But even if he does, I have some firepower on my side. Allen Cook against Cleveland. Myles Garrett was getting a lot of love in the chat this morning. Oh, Myles Garrett could lead JMU to beat Oregon. I don't think that's true, Jim. I just don't think that's true. I think we're giving JMU a little too much credit here, guys. But I will be interested to see what one Myles Garrett can do to my Pookie Josh Allen. Love Josh Allen. Love Cook. I am concerned they're playing a good defense, but the Browns defense can get scored on. They've had some numbers hung up on them, so I'm hoping Josh Allen does that. I'm kind of hoping Shedeur can find a way to keep this close because Josh Allen thrives in games like last week where he's down and the other team scores a lot and he has to go score a lot. In the games that are ugly, Josh Allen tends to get ugly with them, and then that's bad for him and bad for my fantasy team. So I hope that doesn't happen. Go Shedeur. I hope that game's a shootout. Absolute shootout. It's not going to be, but I hope it is. I'm concerned about Genty against Houston's defense. Genty, I mean, it's not him. It's just that Raiders offense is fucking god-awful. But then I have Jamar against Miami. I think he's going to be really good. I think Burrow and him are going to be angry that they're out of the playoffs and they looked so bad. They got shut out last week. I like Jamar. I love Kittle. I love his matchup against Indy. I love it, especially if maybe they get another injury. Not hoping for injuries, but maybe Juwan Jennings goes out or something. I don't know. And then I swear to God, I might not start Devonta Smith. Very concerned about him. He's projected 13, but I have Tyrone Tracy on my bench, who is projected 13, basically. I might have to switch those two. I don't trust Devonta Smith. I don't trust the Eagles' offense. It's scary. But yeah, anyway, I think this is going to be an electric matchup. I think unless we get unlucky, I think we're both going to score 150. And I think the winner of this will be a big favorite in the championship. I am going to once again bet against my heart, and I will be picking Ish here. I think he's a slight favorite for a reason. I think Gibbs is the best fantasy running back, not named Christian McCaffrey, and I think JSN's the best fantasy wide receiver. Tonight's a big night. JSN, Parkinson, I got Myers, my kicking goat, so we're just going to have to see. But I'm picking Ish. Obviously, I will be motherfucking him up and down the road all week long. Tonight, going to go have a couple beers, going to go scream at each other. And I'm probably going to hedge a lot by putting a lot of money on JSN to score tonight. So, let's go, baby. And yeah, just for fun, I did want to show Ish's best propaganda of the day. For the love of the game, Jameson Williams and me. I gave him a lot of shit for that JMO trade, but god damn it if it didn't work out for this guy. And that sucks for me because now I have to play him. And there it is. Predictions. I'm picking Pushan and I'm picking Ish. I'm picking the 2 versus the 4 in the championship. Obviously, I hope it doesn't happen. I really hope it doesn't happen. I was about to say, so whatever. We're moving on. I hope everyone stays active in the group chat. I saw a bunch of people rage deleted the fantasy app. So I will be shoving it down your throat come Sunday about who's up, who's down. Happy holidays, fellas. Let's fucking go. I hope I end these holidays with a trophy. I need it. Fuck you, Ish. Fuck you.